That's better. How are you this morning? Good. I feel pretty good too. I have been doing a lot of trying to rest my ankle. I guess some of you remember, maybe you don't, but about 3 weeks ago I jumped up from the computer to get a coffee, and I don't know if my foot was asleep or not, but when I jumped up, my foot gave way or something gave way, and I ended up falling, and I fell right on my ankle, and I mean the pain was really, really bad. I did a video on it, and it was just terrible. Well, yesterday, I get up yesterday morning feeling super good, okay? Pretty good. Ankle, not too bad at all. Swelling gone down. I'm yahoo. Everything is really great. And I go and I put, you know, your pantyhose and all that kind of stuff on to go to church. Well, okay. And I don't know if it's a blonde moment or if it's just total stupidity with me. But I thought, you know, I feel pretty good, so I'm not going to even wrap my ankle today. And I haven't really been out of the house very much because of my ankle. But you know, what happened was, I go to church and I'm getting out of the car. Now, the only support I have is my pantyhose, okay? So I go to get out of the car, and don't I go and jerk my ankle, and the pain once again. So I hobble into church. And I hobble out, and I hobble into the Chinese restaurant, and I hobble out, and then I could really feel it just aching and aching, and I thought, oh, Ann, you're so stupid. You know, I mean, what happens to me is when I start to feel a little bit better, not a problem. I feel good now, so I'm just going to carry on, instead of really taking precautions. And so anyway, all night, like I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning with this stupid ankle. And so this morning I did get up and I put this, you know, stinky Bengay stuff on it, and I wrap it really good with 2 elastic bandages. So now I'm hobbling again. But you know what came to me this morning? Hang on, I gotta have a sip. Oh God, I love coffee. You know what happened? You know what I was thinking about this morning? I thought how the Bible tells us to put on the whole armor of God so that we will be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, which means, you know, Satan is always out to put something in our mind, or to aggravate, or to send people along to aggravate, or little things like that. And if we don't have the armor of God on as a protection, what happens is we are susceptible to hurt, we're susceptible to pain, and we're susceptible to sin. And this ankle of mine, I'm really crazy, but I'm really glad it happened. I know probably some of you think I'm totally bonkers, but you know, I am glad it happened because it's taught me a lot. It really has. Just like yesterday, I didn't wrap it. I didn't put any protection on. And I knew I should have in the morning. Like, it crossed my mind for a second. I thought, Annie, you know, get something on your ankle. And I thought, nah, it feels pretty good. I'm cool. You know, everything's going to be great. But, you know, I didn't put the protection on to help me. If my ankle had been wrapped yesterday when I got out of that car to go to church, I'm telling you, it wouldn't have twisted like it did. Like it wouldn't have jerked like it did. And, you know, I thought about how we are with the Lord. He tells us, He's pretty clear. Put on your armor. Put on your armor. Get prepared for battle. Be prepared, because Satan is out to kill, steal, and destroy us. And you know, how many times have, me especially, how many times have I felt attacked? And it's like, God, you know, I'm not strong. And we're not strong. But if we have the armor of God on us and we're prepared, it makes life go a lot easier. You know, I realized that. and yesterday was another lesson for me. It was another lesson. It was like, Ann, come on now. You should have been prepared. And, you know, so how do we get prepared? Did I hear somebody say that? How do you get prepared? Oh, my goodness. Well, number 1, I believe, is get into the Bible. Start reading the Bible. Start finding out what it's all about. You know, like let's find out what Jesus is all about. Let's not just say Jesus or just say, well, we come to Christ now, so we're going to live the way we want to live. Don't work like that. It's like, let's find out. When you're in a relationship, and I think I've brought this up many times in other videos, but when you're in a relationship, what do? You want to get to know the person. You want to know, like, what do they take in their coffee? And women do. I don't know about the men. I can't talk for you guys. But women do. What do they like to take in their coffee? What's their favorite color? And if we find out their favorite color is orange or something, what do? We go buy a sweater that's orange because we know they're going to like that. That's a woman thing, okay? But, you know, you stop and you think, let's get to know Jesus. Let's get to know all about him. You know, like, let's get prayed up. Let's have communication with him. Wouldn't it be terrible if you were in a relationship? I've been there, okay? Where there's no communication. What happens to that relationship? In a marriage, if there's no communication, I can almost guarantee that down the road, there's going to be a divorce or something because there's no communication. You drift apart. And it's the same with God. If we don't keep in constant touch with God, we're going to drift apart. We're just going to go. He says, if you draw nigh to me, I'll draw nigh to you. Wow, can you imagine? And so it's like putting on our armor and being prepared for all the things that come our way by communication, by reading our Bible. And, you know, the more we do that, the stronger the Holy Spirit is going to be in us. The stronger. Our eyes are going to be open to things, and we're going to start to see that, wow, you know, this is life. This is life. Be prepared. So I'm urging you today to be prepared. You know, don't go out there, don't be like me, okay, if you got a bum leg or something. Please wrap it up, because I suffered all night. So please wrap it up and use some wisdom, because I didn't. But in your spiritual walk, get into the Bible and see what God has to say to you. See what Jesus is all about. See what our armor is. Get strong. Put our armor on. Faith. Reading the Bible builds our faith. We start to say, wow, God can do that. And because God can do it, he can do it for us. And we start to rely on him more, but we start to get more joy in our life. And you know, I've done a lot of things in my life, and I have never had as much freedom and peace in my heart as I have right now. Never. Never. Not the drugs, not the men, not the circumstances. Nothing brought me peace like what I have right now. And I'm not going to trade it for anything because it's real. And I just urge you today to take a look around at yourself. Just stop. Go look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see someone that has their full armor on? Or do you see somebody that's just kind of like me yesterday morning? I should be okay. I should be all right. You know, really, let's be prepared. The world is in a bad situation, and we all know it, okay? We can put a blanket over our head and pretend it's not, but it is. And so it's like really taking time and saying, okay, we got to get prepared. We don't know what's coming, so let's get prepared. I'm going to plug a really good book on this video. And it's by a friend of mine, and I was really surprised. I picked the book up and I couldn't put it down. And I'm going to do more on it later, but the link is going to be at the very end of this, and it's about his life from drugs and alcohol and how his whole life changed. And it's wonderful. So I just urge you, the link will be there. I want you to click on it, or I want you to get hold of him. I'm going to put his email on there too. His name is Richard Henry, and I want you to get hold of him if you have a problem. You know, you may be going through some stuff, and it's like, well, who do I talk to? And maybe you don't want to talk to somebody really close to you because, you know, maybe you've been hiding some things, and you don't want them to know. And I can relate to that. I relate to that very well. But, you know, I'm sure if you just hook up with him and get his book and read about it, it's pretty straightforward. And like I say, I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. So have a great day. God bless you. and I will see you very soon. Bye.